Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are making garden egg stew. Yes, my special garden egg stew. It's so easy to make and it takes less time to make, and it goes very well with any side dish of your choice. So if you are new here, please kindly subscribe to our channel. Hit on the notification button to get notified anytime we post new and exciting recipes. And if you're an old subscriber, as we always say, thank you for always sticking with us, for always sharing our video, liking, and always commenting. Thank you once again. So garden egg stew goes very well with ampesi, that's plantain, and some yam. I actually have two ways of making my garden egg stew, and this is the first recipe, so stick with us. I'll post the second recipe very soon. So this is how I usually make it at home, but as I said, I have another recipe. You can always check that out later. So let's get started. So for this recipe, you need, of course, some protein. We are using cow meat as our protein. So we start by cooking our meat. Of course, we need to use some spices to make it very nice. And the spices we're using will be listed in the description box, so you can always check it out. Yes, or you can also choose your own spices. That's equally fine. Yes, and of course we added some salt to taste, very necessary. You give it a good stir so that it gets to every part of the cow meat. And of course, you set it on fire for some few minutes before you add your water to it. You add in enough water because the meat is very tough, so it has to cook till it's very soft and tender. This garden eggs recipe, we need, of course, our garden eggs. We need some pepper, some garlic, onions, tomatoes, some green bell pepper, and of course some ginger. And of course we need our tomato and some smoked salmon. We need palm oil too, and of course we need some momone. So we start by washing up our garden eggs. And we cut off the head and divide it just like I'm doing in the video. You do so for all the garden eggs you have. Then you set it on fire and cover it for it to boil. It usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get soft. Then in your blender, you add up all your vegetables and blend to a smooth paste. And you check up on your garden eggs to make sure that it is soft enough to be grinded in our earthenware pot. So you go ahead and grind it just like I'm doing in the video. You grind it till it becomes, well, not too smooth, Yes. So in a pot, you add your palm oil. Then you add your momone to it. You continue to stir for about 3 minutes. Then you add a bit of your smoked salmon to it, just to give it that flavor. Yes. So at this point, you go ahead and add your pepper mixture to your palm oil. Then you continue to stir. Then you go ahead and add up your spices. We are using onga stew, ginger, garlic powder, some beni, a stalk of cube, some salt to taste. You continue to stir at this point so that it doesn't get burnt. So at this point, if you have more of your protein, you can choose to add it. So we are adding a bit of our wele to it. We didn't cook the wele with the meat because the wele was already soft and we didn't want it getting all torn up in our stew. So we added our meat at this point so that it gets cooked in the stew. So at this point, you can tell that our stew will be very, very nice and delicious. I won't lie to you, it is delicious. So you go ahead and add up a bit of your tomatoes. Stirring is very important because if you leave it on the fire for too long, it might get burnt. It easily gets burnt, so you need to stir. And you need to cook the pepper mixture till all the tomatoes has dissolved in the mixture. Then you go ahead and add up your garden eggs, your grinded garden eggs in the stew. So at this point, you add your eggs. That's optional. And I always like to cook my eggs one by one so that if any is spoiled, I can actually catch it before it ends up in my stew. And this is how I like my eggs in my stew. So you can also beat yours if that's how you want your eggs in the stew. As I said, adding eggs to your garden egg stew is optional, so you can choose to leave that out, but it gives it an extra protein. Yes. So at this point, when the egg is well cooked, you can add your garnishing. That is your smoked salmon, your green bell pepper, and some onions. Just for taste, to take it to the next level. At this point, you know that your stew is ready. And guys, tell me if the stew would not taste nice. Yes. So once the oil begins to settle on top of your stew, then you know that it is ready. So with ours, we paired it with some yam and some vegetables. Yes. That's how our evening went. So let us know what you be pairing yours with, and if you would make this stew any day. So thank you for sticking with us. Till we'll come your way again next time with another exciting recipe. It's thank you and bye.